4.7 miles to go. I peered through the windshield at the towering evergreens and intimidating rock formations. How could anyone possibly live around here? There were no houses in sight. The only signs of life were roadkill, so... Okay, no signs of life then. Even the radio station had given up. At least my phone was... Uh-oh. The screen was still telling me to turn right in 4.7 miles. Sayonara signal. This day gets more perfect by the minute. It started off on the wrong foot when the battery in my alarm clock chose today to die after I'd struggled through another night of insomnia. Then I couldn't find a matching pair of trouser socks thanks to the hungry sock monster that apparently lived in the tumble dryer in the basement of my apartment building. So now I was the proud wearer of one navy blue sock and one black sock. Close enough that the client wouldn't notice, probably because she'd be too busy berating me for my tardiness. Without a phone signal, I couldn't even call to let her know. I hoped she was the forgiving type. I didn't have much information beyond her name, phone number, and address, since this was to be our first time meeting. I watched intently for signs of a right turn. Any sign. Eventually, I came upon a dirt road. I guess this is it. It was only wide enough for one car. Let's hope I don't run into a bus. Literally. The road became increasingly bumpy, and I worried for my car. It was a green Volvo. Okay, more specifically, it was a 1988 beat-up green Volvo that I inherited from my grandmother after she died. My own parents died when I was young, so I was raised by my father's parents. Grandpa died first, and then Gran died 3 years ago, leaving me all alone. This can't possibly be the right road, I said. Although the setting was beautiful, there was no sign of civilization. A shimmering lake came into view on my right. With looming boulders and majestic trees, it was incredibly scenic. Except for the guy standing on the edge of the cliff, ready to jump. Wait, what? Don't do it! I shouted. Not that he could hear me. Under the circumstances, was it wrong to notice how incredibly gorgeous he was? I began beeping the horn. He looked at me in surprise. I guess he counted on complete solitude for his suicide mission. There was no sign of another vehicle. I wondered how he managed to get here. Or up there. That clifftop was high enough to make my palms sweaty. He turned his attention back to the lake and stood erect, poised for action. I couldn't tear my gaze away. I set the parking brake, released the clutch, and threw open my car door. I raced toward the water's edge. Waving my arms frantically, I hoped to catch his attention, to stop him from making a huge mistake. "Don't jump!" I shrieked, running the length of the dock that led to the middle of the lake. His white wings spread out behind him.